Mayor Brandon Johnson marks 2 years in office. He's talking about his swings, his misses, and why he thinks his poll numbers will likely rebound. He sat down for a wide-ranging interview with our political reporter Chris Tye, who joins me now. Chris.
So, Erica, he has very strong crime numbers to boast about, 24% drops in homicides since taking office, but he also has really terrible poll numbers. And some of his hand-picked leaders, even in Chicago City Council, say he is trending towards becoming a one-term mayor.
I, Brandon Johnson.
You are a basketball fan.
I am.
We are at halftime of your term. Are you leading or are you trailing?
Well, I think the people of Chicago are certainly winning. You cannot argue about safety in this city as we drive violence down. You can't argue that we're not building affordable homes because we're doing that.
There are some in the stands downstairs in City Council who don't see it that way. Even your head of the Education Committee says that you seem to be in a place where not sure she thinks you can turn it around. Others say you are on track for a one term. Why are they wrong?
The opinion of our work doesn't just rest in one particular chamber or one individual.
2 years, lots of moments, managing thousands of migrants sleeping in police departments, hosting the DNC, having public fights with his head of schools, losing his signature Bring Chicago Home initiative, holding his own during a grilling on Capitol Hill. A teachers union contract was struck, a chilly relationship with the governor was formed, and some brutal poll numbers along the way, some as low as 14% approval.
How do you look at those numbers? I mean, they're pretty bad.
Violent crime is down 22%.
No, I understand.
But you understand.
Poll numbers, can you address the poll
But you're
numbers?
asking me as mayor of the city of Chicago to just blow past the fact that violent crime is down in Chicago.
No, I will include that in the story, I promise you.
I get you. What I'm saying, though, is, look, if you want me to spend time thinking about things that quite frankly don't improve the quality of life for people, I'm not going to do that.
He believes as crime numbers remain low, his approval numbers will likely improve.
I do believe that there is a lag. I get what you're getting at. But eventually, I believe that the lag, that people will catch up to what's actually happening.
As for regrets,
look, if there's one thing that I do, regret, that in the midst of me standing up government 2 years ago, what I didn't do a good enough job at effectively communicating with the very coalition that elected me.
Tonight on our News at 6, Erica, he's going to talk about his favorite day in office so far. That might surprise you. What he said when we asked what grade he would give himself, and a big trip that he might be taking that hasn't been reported on before. That's when we see it tonight at 6 o'clock.
Looking forward to that. I wanted to go back to what he said there right at the end about not communicating effectively enough with the coalition. Is he talking constituents? Is he talking the people behind the scenes that got him there? His makers.
And I think he would probably say a little bit of both, but principally the constituents, because when you have poll numbers as low as he has them, 14%, he said to us on a number of occasions, I get people at public events coming up to me saying, I didn't know we had this. I didn't know you did this. And I think he's trying to be a better advocate for his record.
All right. Chris Tye, thank you.
You bet.